I'm going to see who they're starting with next. I'm still getting Elizabeth, and I'm still getting James, which I want to call Jim. I have John. And then there's the woman with the J-O. As more people move out after I'm done communicating, other people start to step in, so I'm getting 2 or 3 new people. So I just want to explain to them really quick before they make me feel who I'm going to actually go to next, okay? Okay, who recognizes the woman that had the complications with the diabetes, and then the complications led into the chest? Very, very, very strong. Complication with diabetes, and then I'm being told she didn't behave herself. Meaning she didn't follow all doctor's orders. Do you understand it? And then it led into the chest. Okay, so I'm probably going to come to you guys next, and then I'll come back to everybody else. Is this your first time doing this? Okay, because I'm being told first time. And who's the mother energy pass for you? Is that the mother energy with the diabetes? Because I keep getting, that's my son. Do you understand it? Perfect. Okay, good. This might be why I felt like I was going to come back over here with Catherine. Now, whether she steps in and we go that way, I don't know. But I was being told, come over here. Okay, good. And this is your first time, correct? Okay. Did you talk him into coming? She's doing this. She's nudging my shirt like this. And that's how I know you nudged him to get here. Do you understand it? And you were hoping that he would have a chance to hear from her? Perfect. Because she's saying to me, tell her thank you for doing this because she nudged my son to get him here. Do you understand it? Wonderful. Okay, she's going to come and stand just beside me. She's making me feel like I want to prick my finger. That's how I know there's complications with diabetes. Even though I know there's other little health complications as well. Do you understand it? Okay, who's Michael? There's a gentleman standing behind her named Michael, clear as day. And it might just be an older generation. You don't know your genealogy, honey? Just up to like grandparents, but not really past that? Okay. Okay. Really, really, really strong. He keeps saying Michael to me, so I'm going to leave him. It just means he could be 6 or 7 generations back, but he's just behind her. So I'm going to leave him for a little bit because he's introducing himself to me and he's stepping in just behind her, meaning he's just here for support. But she's making me feel like I want to prick my fingers. She's saying to me diabetes, and then I know the complications led into the chest. Do you understand it? Okay. She's making my legs really weak. There's arthritis set in as well. Because when they do that, it means that there's complications with the bloodstream, and it doesn't always mean arthritis, it can be circulation too. But she's making my legs and my hips kind of go numb like this, and she keeps making me feel like I want to rub them, meaning there was struggle with complications with that as well. And that doesn't even mean walking around. It could just mean what she was feeling towards the end because of the blockages with the chest as far as the cardio because of the diabetes. Do you understand it? And sometimes that can be circulatory because when they make me feel the numbness, it's either arthritis or circulatory. Do you understand? Okay, good. She's saying to me she hasn't been gone very long. Do you understand it? Huh? Okay. When they say that to me, it means it's under 30 years because it's not longevity. It means that it's not recent, because she would say recent, which is 3 years or under. When they say wild category or years to me, it means it's just between there. So if she gives me a year or a month, that's wonderful. Do you understand? Okay. So it's just her way of saying, this is your first time having to talk to her, that she hasn't been gone for a while, it's only been a few years, and that she wants a chance to kind of give you a little bit of peace. All right, she's starting to make me feel the chest with the complications with the diabetes. She's The best word that I can use to describe her is excited. Because she's like so happy to talk to him. Did you have a connection with her, honey? Because all she keeps saying to me is, I sent her to him. I sent her to him. And that could mean that she was already on the other side before you met, and she sent you to him, or it's because you guys had a connection, and then she paired the two of you before she passed. Do you understand it? Perfect. So it's her way of just saying sent. Okay, good. Meaning she's been using you to try to get through to him. That's all it is. So whether there's a friendship or whether there's a marriage, it's her way of pairing the two of you together. Okay? For her to be able to have that connection. She's, all she keeps doing is running my system now. And she keeps saying to me that it ran into complications with the cardio and the heart. Do you understand it? And she's making me do right like this. And she keeps saying to me, this is what started to cause the shutdown of my system. Because I let the diabetes go so far, and I had it for years, and it started to cause complications with my body. Do you understand? And she's making me feel really weak. Because I know that it goes into the cardio and the heart because of the way she's making me feel. Do you understand it? Good. Okay. And what's with the birthday in October? She's making me smile. Okay, that's Michael. When you trace his family history, I want you to remember that name as you start to trace it. And he's making me feel the balloons, and he keeps saying October, October. When you trace his family history, you're going to find him, and he's going to be born in October. And then you'll know who was here to give her the support as you trace it. Do you understand? Okay, good. Because I keep getting October birthday, and I get all this happiness from her. And it's just, I'm feeling her excitement of what she's going to pass to you. And it's his way of not only giving me his name, but the birth, so that way you know when you trace it. And I'm thanking him now, which is wonderful. Who's the hunter? Because I feel like I want to get dressed in camo. So, okay, good. Is there a father energy pass for you? Grandfather. He was a hunter as well? Because he's stepping in and he keeps making me feel like I want to put camo on, and he's just behind your mom, so I'm going to leave it, okay? Because it could be a family tradition that's passed down, but they keep making me feel like I want to go into the woods and I want to start to pull out a rifle, and someone's making me get dressed in camo. So it's the double validation of not only the grandfather stepping in spirit, but also what's going as far as what's been passed down with your dad. Do you understand it? Are you not the only child? Do you understand that? Okay, because she keeps saying to me, he's my son, but I have other children, and then I feel like I want to go hunting. So there's other hunters in the family besides the father? Perfect. Okay, that's who she's making me feel. Because she kept making me feel, not only is the camera from the older generation, the grandfather that I'm feeling here, but there's a father energy that I feel like I want to get dressed in the camo, and she keeps saying to me, look at my other child. He's not my only child. So it's her making me feel the camo of the other brother. What's with the close call with him? She keeps saying to me, I protected him. He had a close call, and he needs to know it was me that protected him. Do you understand it? Okay, perfect. That doesn't always have to be accidental. It can be helped. But she's making me feel all these big wings like this, and she keeps saying to me, he needs to know that I'm protecting him. And I think she was just trying to make me feel his personality by getting me dressed in the camo. That's all it was, okay? Because they'll either name them, they'll make me feel personality, they might make me feel a date of birth, but I just feel like I want to get dressed in the camo, and I feel like I'm headed in the woods. And she just keeps saying to me, he needs to know that I'm watching him and that I'm protecting him. Do you understand it? Perfect. So it's just her way of making me feel him as his personality and giving the guardianship of the angel wings. That's all it is, okay? Yeah, she's, and what's with the number 4? She keeps saying 4 to me. How many children are there?
3.
Miscarriage? Because she keeps saying there's 4 children and one's with me and the other ones are there. Do you understand it? Wonderful validation. Does she talk about the loss of the child? Okay, because she's saying to me, it was spoken about, but he needs to know the baby's with me. So it's her way of validating that she was giving me the 4 because there's 4 children, there's 3 that are here, and then the baby's with her. Do you understand it? Perfect. Does that make sense to you? Good. So, yeah, she just keeps saying that it's known. But not a lot of discussion was in it, and that you knew that there was supposed to be another sibling. So it's her way of validating that sibling's with her. Okay. So she makes me feel like I want to hold the baby. And that's how I know that the breath wasn't taken. And she validates that it was a miscarriage. Okay, because when they make me feel like I want to hold the soul and I know the breath isn't taken, that's how I know the breath wasn't taken on this plane. Do you understand? And they'll always make me feel that it's some type of miscarriage or the loss of the birth before the actual birth happened. Okay, good. Did she ever tell you about what it was? Because she's saying to me it was early and she didn't know, but she knew you were supposed to have another sibling. Do you understand it? Okay. I'm going to stand up for this one because I'm going to have her actually pass me a picture and the way she's going to make me feel it, because I'm being told the validation was never given. 4 children, 3 here, that there's been the talk about the miscarriage, but it never went into full detail. Do you understand? Okay. It was a girl. But I'm being told it was never known because it was early and the validation was never given. Do you understand it? So it's her way of validating to you that there's a sister on the other side with her, and that the sister was already passed before she passed, and that she was there to greet her as well. And then I'm being told also a grandmother energy, and then whoever this gentleman is named Michael, meaning sometimes older generations will come through to give somebody support as far as the greeting, even if they're generations back. And he just steps in because I'm being told he's a matriarch through the family, and he's in generation 7. So that's just going to be further validation for you as you start to trace the family line. That very well could be he's directly up, but it could be into other bloodlines as well crossed. Okay? So that's just information for you guys as you slowly start to trace it. Okay? But it's her way of giving the validation that the miscarriage is with her as well, which is wonderful. Good. Do you feel like you had a goodbye with her? Because she keeps saying to me, he saw me before the passing, but he wasn't there in the end, and he doesn't feel like he had a chance to say goodbye. Do you understand that? Okay. When they say just prior to me, that can be days, that can be weeks, or that can be months. It's just her way of saying that you didn't expect her to pass when she did, but there was the prior connection as far as you visiting. Do you understand it? Perfect. Okay, good. So she's coming to stand right here again. She's just making me feel nothing but proud, honey. She just makes me feel all this love towards you. I'm just taking on all her emotion. I just needed him to know that she was with me, that his sister was with me. It was important for me to validate that. I needed him to know that I had a chance to actually know her because I never had her there. But I loved all my children. But there was always a part of me that felt like that child was missing from my life. And it was never something that I ever fully got over. So it's nice to be able to be with her now and have the connection. Do you understand? Good. So it's just her validating the miscarriage. She just keeps saying to me how proud she is of you. I just want him to know that I'm proud of him. I know it's been years, but I need him to know that I love him. I know it was hard on him because you held guilt over not seeing her. Because he's saying to me that he has some regret because he wishes there were things he said before I went. Do you understand it? And that could be as simple as like, I love you or goodbye. Do you understand? It doesn't have to be a full conversation because it's her way of making me feel it's regret on her part as well, meaning the double validation of not only you but her, because she wishes she would have had more time as far as being able to say goodbyes. But she's saying to me, there's part of me that felt that it wasn't going to be long, but it hit me out of the blue. Do you understand it? That's how I know it was sudden for her and sudden for the family as well, just by her saying that sentence to me, okay? So she had to make me feel the diabetes that then started to shut down the chest and the heart to make me go into, it's not something that was so unexpected where everyone was like, oh, she was in wonderful health. It's just the suddenness as far as the timing, because she was taken sooner than you thought that she would, and it still caught everybody off guard. But she's saying to me, there was just a part of me that started to feel not well. And I started to think to myself, how much longer am I going to be here? So it's her way of already feeling that she wasn't going to be here very long. Do you understand? Okay. And sometimes people will feel that, and sometimes they'll make people their perception of what it was like for them to go through in that moment. It's just the way that she's making me feel it. I feel like she's been around you? Because she keeps saying to me, I come to see him in spirit. I try to get his attention. And sometimes I think I know that he feels me because I can see him thinking of me in the moment without even realizing he's thinking of me because I'm there. But sometimes I feel like I'm doing this. Meaning she's trying to get your attention. Do you understand? Good. So it's just her way of letting you know she's there more than you even realize, and she wants you to be more open to the signs, okay? She's flipping a copper penny, so I know that's one of the signs from her. Do you find them? Copper penny. She keeps flipping a copper penny, and that's how I know it's one of the signs that she tries to leave for you. So you're a coin collector? There you go. That's why. Because sometimes they will pick signs that actually connect to you as far as personal. Okay, I can have someone who might be a bird watcher, and their favorite bird is a hummingbird, and then their loved one says, okay, I'm going to send hummingbirds to them. She kept flipping the copper penny, and she kept saying, I'm sending him the change, I'm sending him the change. And I said, okay, you want me to say the penny? And she said, yes. And you're a coin collector? Perfect. It just means it's a double validation, that not only is she validating that she chose that for a reason, because it's important and significant to you, but it's going to be her connection and her tie to you. So it's her way of saying that's one of the signs that you need to watch for her. And she says to me, I chose that sign personally for him. Meaning that's the main sign from her just for you, and it's because of that. Do you understand? And that's probably why she was flipping it and making me feel like I wanted to line it up. Okay, good. Do you have them like stored in books and stuff? That's it. Because she just made me open up a book, and I feel like I'm putting them in little slots to keep them like protected. That's why she was flipping it before, and then she made me feel like I wanted to start to line coins up. That's what it is, because that's what she was making me feel when she started to flip the penny. He needs to know that's my sign to him. And I just want him to be happy. He needs to know that I'm proud of him. Please tell everyone else she's with me. And that's that sister energy. Name was never given because she never knew what the baby was going to be. Do you understand it? So it's just her way of validating the souls with her. That's all it is, okay? Yeah, I'm going to loose her. I'm going to see if there's anything else I can get out of her. She did a wonderful job. So much more I know than she could have said in the moment. And this is what I try to explain to people. When I do groups like this, I might only have somebody for 5 or 10 minutes. So it's like they're just trying to think of anything and everything they can give in that moment, so you know it's them for the validation. Do you understand it? And it's hard. This is what I try to explain to people. And this is the best way to explain it. It's like a herd of cattle kind of all coming in like this, and then they line up at the fence. And then it's like the cattle show. And it's like, okay, let's take the cattle around. And this one cattle's on show, and it's being judged, and it has like 10 minutes to do everything that it's going to do. So it's kind of the same thing in spirit. Everybody's standing all around the room, and they're in and out of the building. And my guys are saying, okay, who's next, line up, that type of thing, okay? So when they come, and I only have 10 or 15 minutes with you, it's like, how do you wrap up a whole lifetime of how you spent with someone in 10 or 15 minutes? How can you even ever put that into 10 or 15 minutes of talking as far as how you love someone and how they love you? Do you understand it? So they just try to think of anything and anything they can in the moments that I have with them to be able to pass the information so you can get the message, okay?